Alright guys, welcome back to the next Podium here. Today we're doing Invincible.
Great show.
Great show. So for those of you who haven't seen it, you should definitely go and watch it, Amazon Prime. It's basically the story of Mark Grayson and how he develops superpowers after learning that his father is an alien from a planet called Viltrum.
On Superman level.
Superman level powers.
He's basically Superman.
Yeah. Whole bunch of twists and turns that happen that might
But not for legal reasons.
Not for legal reasons, though. So he's not Superman. But there's a lot of twists and turns in the show. I'm not going to get into it here. But go watch it, and then come back and watch this video.
Yeah.
So, what's your first point, Steven?
So, you've watched the show 3 times, you said now?
I have seen the show 3 times, yes. Once myself. I got him to watch it.
Yeah, and you watched it with someone else, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, obviously, if you've watched the show, by the end of the first episode, so I'll just go through my journey with the first episode, because the main point is what everybody's going to resonate with, I think.
I think so. I think so.
The first episode I was watching it, you were so excited about this show. You're like, Steven, it's a great show, great show. I'm like, okay, I'm watching it. And like, it's kind of very, remind me of like 90s cartoons, like the superhero cartoons, like Spider-Man.
Like the Spider-Man.
So much of Spider-Man, Ben 10.
Yeah,
there are a couple of ones like when
vibes.
he's fighting with people and like he's coming. He was very happy-go-lucky the first like 40 minutes of the show, and I was like, oh, like you're like, Steven, isn't this great? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, this is pretty good, but I don't actually see me binging this show. Like, to be fair, I was like, oh, it's a show I'll probably like watching snippets because it's good,
like a fun superhero show.
Like a fun superhero show.
Yeah.
And then you turn to me because you've already seen it. You just turned to me like you know what.
I was waiting.
You were waiting. You were just gonna observe.
Yeah. Yep. Your reaction.
And then he just kills everybody.
Yep. The incident occurs.
Yeah. And I think my mouth was actually open, which doesn't actually happen that often.
Yeah.
I was so confused.
Yeah, you were in awe when.
I was like, maybe he had a legitimate reason.
Yeah.
They went through this entire show.
Yeah.
But it's both the flipping of the switch that drags you into the show, because you're like, wait, hold up, what?
Yeah.
What just happened? Yeah. What did I just watch?
Exactly. Yeah.
But also, then you want to know why. Yeah. You want to know why he did it afterwards.
It's like a whole mystery introduces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. And they did it so violently, and so suddenly that you there's no way you can't not sit through a whole season and find out what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I have the same first point. Like the way they handle the gore in the show, but also like that one scene with the insane gore in that scene, and also like the sudden switch of genre and like vibes in the entire show. That scene, like what you watch him violently murder who you thought was like his Justice League equivalent teammates.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a fun little Justice League knockoff kind of thing. Okay, whatever. Yeah. And it's like, no, he murders them. He like de-bodies them.
Yep.
Like all of them in the most violent ways possible.
Yep.
It's like so striking.
It was a lot.
It sticks with you.
It does.
And the show has a lot of scenes like that are very violent.
I haven't slept in a whole week.
I don't know.
For other reasons, but you know.
Like that train scene. Remember that one?
Oh,
that was like so strikingly violent.
The sound.
It stays with you.
Yeah, it's the sound.
So I think like the mix of the gore and like the that sudden switch after the first post-credit scene in the first episode, which like, really solidified the show, is really solid.
Yeah, that's
and
pretty much it.
Good.
Yeah.
Like worth binging, basically.
And also part of me at that point was, because we were already gotten introduced to Mark and his mom.
Yeah.
And, they did a good job of making you like these characters.
Yeah.
I was very worried for both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark had only just gotten his powers. I didn't know how powerful Viltrumites were when they just got their powers, and he was also half, so I didn't know.
He clearly was much weaker than his dad. Yeah, that was like for sure.
Yeah, and his mom literally can be crushed.
Yeah, she's a regular human.
If so desired.
Yeah.
So I was like...
They're very vulnerable.
Yeah, that definitely was the thing that dragged me into the story and kept me
100%
the entire way.
I agree.
But what would you say is your second? Yeah.
So I'm kind of torn for this because there's so many things, like I have seen the show 3 times, and there's so many things I like about the show, so it's hard for me to choose. One thing that like I feel like is like almost surprising because I feel like it wouldn't be something that stuck with me about the show was the soundtrack for it.
Oh yeah, right? yeah.
Like,
the soundtrack actually was really good.
Yeah, like I feel like when I talk about the show to people, like no part of me mentions the soundtrack, but I've been listening to the songs in the show on Spotify for the past like month,
They had a really
like,
nice
all the time.
vibe to them.
Yeah, I something about the songs they use, they all fit the moment so perfectly.
Yeah.
And I literally still listen to the songs that I like. I'm like, there's like 10 songs I really like from the show.
That's good.
That I'm still listening to, and I'm like, you know what? Like, this is really, like I said, not something I would like tell people. Oh, like they have great songs in it, but like subconsciously, I can't stop listening to them. So I don't know. I feel like I don't know if it's worth a whole second point, but it was definitely like somewhere in there.
No,
for
I
me.
think soundtrack is a good second point.
That's a pretty.
Yeah, like I almost always include soundtrack as one of my points for a good movie.
That's a good point.
So
Yeah, I think for this show that might be my second or third point. I want you to know.
That's interesting. Yeah. For me, my second point, would probably be the I can't remember her name right now. The pink girl.
Oh, Eve.
Eve, thank you, Adam Eve. Adam Eve.
The pink girl.
The pink girl. Well, she's pink.
Yeah, she is pink.
I haven't seen the show 3 times.
All right,
Excuse me.
Fair.
The pink girl.
Eve.
Adam Eve. I like her character a lot because she goes through the whole phase of not wanting to be a real superhero anymore.
Yeah.
And then she literally is just like growing people's plants,
helping
and stuff,
farmers and saving people. Yeah.
And that whole sequence was so different from so many things I've seen in so many other comic books and stuff. I haven't seen that much, so maybe someone else did something similar.
Yeah.
I don't want to, say that. But at the same time, that was such a unique character trait. And I liked her character overall. The whole arc she had, everything was so great. I was like, I really liked her character. And
Now that you say that, I think that she shifts up into my second point because I remember so many times when we were watching it together, we just kept like turning to each other and being like, "Oh, she's like a great character."
Yeah, she's
like,
great.
She seemed like the most like out of all the superheroes that exist, she seems like the most actually like genuinely good.
Yeah.
Like she's like wanted to do good and help people.
Yeah.
And it was very refreshing, especially in that show. So I feel like her character being there was like every scene she was in, we were like, this is amazing. Like we're like she's have her own show.
Yeah.
We really liked her character.
I felt like if they had wanted to go a more like run-of-the-mill fun 90s show, it would have just been about her, just her.
Yeah, because that's like what her vibes were. But she was very much like give a nice little like refresher to the show when it got too dark, because she was very upbeat.
Yeah.
But so I think for me, she'd be my second podium here, then the third would be the songs they used.
I think that the songs would be a great third podium.
Yeah, because you brought that up on your own when we were watching it once. You were like, these songs are so good, and I'm like, I have to listen to them all the time.
There's that one scene where Adam Eve goes back to her, is waking up. No, there's maybe two.
There's two. It's when she goes to the tree house, and the second one she's waking up in the tree house, and they're just so like, I don't know, it's like ethereal. Like I can't explain the song. There's just a nice vibe to them.
They remind me of even though they have like indie pop rock vibe to them.
They do.
They use some synthesizers in the background that low key remind me of that song from Stranger Things. They always play when the kids are around. That gives you like very nostalgic feeling, even though you never lived in that time.
It does give you, her those two. I know exactly the two songs you're talking about. We'll try to like put them in the comments. Like, I don't know the names of them, but like they definitely.
Yeah, I'll write it over here.
Yeah, I'll put them in there
in the middle of the screen.
Yeah, but it gives you like such a nice nostalgic vibe for something. I don't know what.
Mm-hmm.
But they make you feel good.
Yep.
Which is like
really on point.
Very refreshing for the show.
They're really on point.
They were so on point. They fit the vibe perfectly. Yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing. The songs weren't just good; like they fit each scene.
But you want a good soundtrack
perfectly.
Yeah.
And they were all like pre-made songs. They weren't like made for the show. They were just like separate songs that they chose perfectly for the scenes.
It's like Phil Collins for Tarzan.
Yeah. But he wrote those songs for Tarzan.
Exactly.
But these songs weren't made for the show.
Oh really?
Yeah. I mean maybe some of them were, but
so a
lot of them are just pre-existing songs. They just had a good job picking the songs.
I really thought they were written for the show.
It seems like they were, but a lot of them were random songs.
So those that's the pop podium.
That's what we liked.
Yeah, those are the main.
Steven said he has a criticism, which I don't know what it is. So I want to hear what this
criticism
is.
I have two criticisms. One is an actual criticism. Another one is like kind of an alternate, but not. It's not enough for an actual full video. I think.
Oh, alternate take. Okay, let's hear it.
It's not enough for an alternate take, in my opinion.
Let's hear it.
So my criticism first.
Yeah, criticism first, then alternate take.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So in terms of criticisms, I would say too much gore.
That's fair.
Most people are gonna be disagreeing. Don't go away. So most people would be disagreeing with me about that. A lot of people liked the gore. It's the same thing with The Boys.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it gives you the punch you need for the show.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, it actually takes away from some of the heavier elements of the show.
You know what? I think the gore in the first episode at the end was needed.
Yes.
But for the shock value. But I do think following that, they definitely could have eased up on it. Because it's like, we had the message, we have to just keep seeing
Well, it's not just that.
guts sticking out.
There's a point where gore minimizes the impact of someone's death. Where,
you know what? It gets so ridiculous, right?
It gets so over the top ridiculous, like in The Walking Dead, where you're like, yeah, Herschel just got killed, but I don't care because it looks so cartoonish.
Yeah.
It looks so bad.
No, that's a really great point, actually. I didn't think about that. That's
Yeah.
a really good point. Like, when it gets so insane that it's like, okay, we get it. He can smash someone's into nothing.
Yeah.
But it's like, now that death means nothing. Because it's like so... Obviously, it's a cartoon. But it's also just like so... It's like almost goofy.
Yeah.
It stops being like horrifying and goes into like goofy territory.
The only other time after the first episode where the gore actually impacted me finally again, because you also get used to it.
That's you get
normalize
you get
it.
desensitized to it.
You get
and then you don't care
desensitized
anymore.
to it. But is when he killed the
the pilot.
Air Force pilot.
Yeah.
When he just
Mark
crushed his
saved.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was the only other time it affected me.
Yeah.
But even with there was that one. There's multiple families he's tried to save and stuff where, oh, grandma just died and you see the arm and then your brain switches and goes, ew, arm thing.
Yeah.
And you get all squeamish. You don't really...
Like the emotion kind of leaves.
You don't process the fact that someone he was trying to save died. And that's what you're supposed to be processing there. So, small criticism, it is something the show just does.
Yeah.
It's the vibe they go for. But the other thing that's kind of a criticism and also kind of just an alternate take, like they definitely just did this deliberately a different way because they wanted it to be different, which is great. Because that's what the show typically is excelling at, is taking older ideas and just really turning them on their head.
Yeah.
So with the Adam Eve thing, within the second or third episode, after we had already known how crazy their father was, right? I thought what they were going to do with Mark and Adam Eve, especially after the whole Rex thing, was have them be very much like the romantic entity of the show.
Yeah.
But not for the reasons of just like being romantic.
Yeah.
I thought the first 40 minutes of the whole show felt like Spider-Man in that 90s cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously you can't keep that vibe up now that you know what Omni-Man did.
Yeah.
But how great would it be for your brain to be able to relax in this show? And be like, okay, here these two are just dating. We know what's going on. We know the heaviness of the whole show. We know all the gore and all the craziness. But it's so nice to just lay back and be like, but they're together. It's kind of like Arya and the Hound. Like, they also have gore there. But, it's just like, it's a way.
A nice relationship that's kind of distant from the craziness of the show. That's fair. I also think a lot of people agree that he should have been with Eve instead of Amber.
Yeah.
Also, I have one giant criticism. How could I forget? Everything with Monster Girl.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one thing that every time she was on screen, like not her character was fine.
Yeah.
But like everything with Robot trying to date her and he's 30 and she looks like she's 12. That was just so weird.
They keep saying, "Oh, well, I'm actually 24 or whatever."
Yeah.
It's like, okay, but aren't you supposed to be 16 now?
She looks like she's 12. But she's in her mind, she's in her 20s or something. It rubbed me the wrong way.
It's a weird choice. It's a weird
choice, and I get it. Like they handled it pretty well. They didn't do anything crazy with it, but it rubbed me the wrong way. And I was like, "This is a little bit. It's a bit strange."
Yeah.
But so that's the one thing where I could have done without those
Robot's
scenes.
character was crazy. That was a crazy.
Robots. Oh yeah, little like shout out bonus round of Podium. Everything with Robot was insane.
That was crazy.
Yeah. Everything they did with him, like I said, that was a very good subplot.
Yeah.
That was insane, but except for the Monster Girl stuff, where she's 12. Like, come on. But everyone else was cool with that. But that's my one criticism.
Yeah.
But the show, I guess again, super recommended. If you haven't seen it, hopefully you watched it already before you watch this. But what I think, like this show's really a month later, it's still sticking with me. I've watched it 3 times. I'm not sick of it.
I want to talk. If you watch it 3 times,
Yeah, it's stuck in my head now.
The only thing you've other watched 3 times is probably like The Thing or something. Yeah.
Which we will cover. But I'm probably gonna read the books because there's like a whole million-page comic books about this. I'm probably gonna end up reading them all. So yeah, but
the story definitely gives you one of those things where it's like because like they did a good job where the first episode sets up for like the why of Omni-Man.
Yeah.
Then the full first season sets up the of Viltrumites.
Yeah.
So it
gives you a little hint of what's gonna happen.
There's 2 big hooks in this show, and they do a good job with that.
100%.
I also like Seth Rogen's character a lot in this show.
Oh, Alan the Alien was great.
Dude, that was so great.
Yeah.
You told me this is U-Earth? No, this is
Urath.
Earth.
He loves
Urath. No, this is Earth.
Yeah.
Ah, damn it. That was so great.
Yeah, I'm really excited for season 2. I know season 2 and 3 are renewed already.
Good.
So I hope they come out fast. I need it. I need more content from this world.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the episode,
It's
guys.
an animated show. Right? They can do that fast.
I think they could. I think they can.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't need to make it goes wait.
Anyway, guys, that's the episode.
Adios.